Welcome to qnawire.
Hi, so in this case we want to prepare a certain amount of water that is going to be a total volume of 100 milliliters, employing two different solutions, one that is going to be zero point 0.1 molar in benzoic acid, I'm going to label it as HB, and another one that is 0.22 molar in benzoate anion that I'm going to label as B minus, just for simplicity. We're asked how many milliliters of each solution should be mixed to prepare this wafer. And in order to do that, we're going to record to the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. We're given that the pKa for this acid is 4.2, and Henderson-Hasselbalch equation tells us that pH is equal to the pKa plus the logarithm of the concentration of B minus of the conjugate base divided by the concentration of the associated acid. We want a solution that has a pH equal to 4. So our equation becomes into this, right? We can simplify it a little bit. We get minus 0.2 is equal to the logarithm of concentration of B minus divided by concentration of HB. Now, what I'm going to do is let's see what those concentrations are equal to. The concentration of B minus is going to be equal to the amount of mole of B minus that I added divided by the total volume. And if we divide it by the concentration of HB, this is going to be divided by amount of mole of HB added divided by my total volume. As you can see, the total volumes are going to cancel out, giving us amount of mole of B minus divided by amount of mole of HB. Now, how can I get the amount of mole? Well, we know that molarity is equal to amount of mole divided by volume. So the volume added, for example, for benzoate times the molarity of benzoate, it is going to give us the amount of mole of benzoate that we're going to have. And we can write down the same equation for benzoic acid. Replacing those equations over here, we get volume of B minus, molarity of B minus, meaning the benzoate, divided by volume of benzoic acid times the molarity of benzoic acid. We can replace all of that directly into our Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. So minus 0.2 will be equal to the logarithm of volume of benzoate, molarity of benzoate divided by volume of benzoic acid multiplying molarity of benzoic acid. We get rid of the logarithm and we find the following equation. Right. Now we know what are the molarities for each of these guys. So we simply replace those values. So 0.22 divided by 0.1, and we get BB minus volume of HB that we have. This is going to be 2.2 volume B minus divided by volume of HB. And again, this will be equal to 10 to the minus 0.2. Cool. So now with this, we can find a relationship in between the volume of benzoic acid and the volume of benzoate that we're going to have. And that relationship is going to be, looking at this section, volume of benzoic acid will be equal to 2.2 divided by 10 to the minus 0.2 times volume of B minus. This is then equal to 3.486, well, 86.76.5, just to take as much significant figures as we can, of the volume of B minus. Now, Where do you think this is going to be useful? Well, we have a relationship in between one and the other, and I also have an equation for the total volume. The total volume for my solution needs to be equal to the volume of HB plus the volume of B minus. And right now I can do all the calculations directly in milliliters because they are going to have the same units. So 100 milliliters over here. We're going to replace the value for HB. So BHB is equal to this number, so 3.486765 volume of B minus plus volume of B minus is equal to 100. This becomes 4.486765 volume of B minus is equal to 100. Thus, the volume of B minus is going to be equal to 22.2877 milliliters, or which is close to 22.29 milliliters. Finally, in order to get the volume of benzoic acid, we are going to use the first equation. We know that volume of benzoic acid plus volume of benzoate needs to be equal to 100. So volume of benzoic acid will be 100 minus 22.29, giving us 77.71 milliliters. And this would be our final answer for our question. The volume of benzoic acid is this, and the volume of benzoate is the other one. And that would be all. Thank you very much.